We discussed designing your career development plan back in episode 54. What are your thoughts about having a career development plan?
So the interesting thing about my approach to this is one of the things I work with people a lot is getting more clarity about what they want and where they're headed in their lives and their careers. Because like I struggled with, and so many people struggle with, like, hey, where do I go? What do I want to be when I grow up? Right? We get asked that question when we're kids. We still get asked that question, and we still become adults and professionals. We're still like, I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Right? It happens all of the time. And so my approach to this is a little bit balanced in terms of I don't think that it's necessarily helpful to have this expectation that you're going to have this perfectly mapped out 5, 10, 20-year plan where you've got like a treasure map and X marks the spot and we've got this. But also having no plan, having no goals, having no direction is also completely unhelpful. I sometimes use the comparison, if people are familiar with the Alice in Wonderland story, where she gets caught in Wonderland. She's going through the dark forest and she gets to a fork in the road. The Cheshire Cat's there. And she asks the cat, hey, which path should I take? And the cat says, well, it depends a great deal on where you want to go. And she's like, I don't much care where, so long as I get somewhere. And he says, well, you're sure to get there as so long as you walk long enough. So she was being very unintentional about where she wanted to go. She didn't know where she wanted to go. So in that case, any path will take you there. And that's how a lot of us are doing that. If we at least can find that clarity, find that intention that at least acts as like a guiding light, a North Star in the direction that we want to take, or another comparison is thinking about it as like a set of filters for your core values and maybe some non-negotiable things about your career and how that fits with your life and things that are very, very important to you, then you're not wasting time considering options and ideas that aren't in alignment with those things that you've identified are important to you. So yeah, we can get some details around if you want to make a certain amount of money and you want to live in a certain place. Maybe you prefer remote, maybe you prefer hybrid, maybe you prefer in person. The types of company you want to work for, a mega company, you want to work for a mid-size or a startup, like you can get all that sort of stuff. And some of those things might be non-negotiables, like really important to you. Some of those are like, hey, I think this is what I want, but let's get as many of those things in alignment as possible. And then say, hey, how can is the next step that I'm considering at least taking me in the direction of where I want to go? And also balancing that with the realities of life. Right. So plenty of people in tech has been a crazy few years with a ton of layoffs and other things. We're seeing a lot of that in the government space right now and other places. And so, all that career uncertainty. And so sometimes you just have to do what you need to do to get through. But still, again, can we be as intentional as possible and not, put our goals by the wayside forever? Maybe we need to do something that isn't perfect right now. We're not necessarily going to find that perfect job or perfect career path right now, but will at least lead us to, and we can still be focused on what those goals are for the future. So anyway, a little bit of a balanced approach in terms of let's find that guiding light and that set of filters that helps us as we make decisions as they come along.
Yeah, I really like the Alice in Wonderland analogy for intentionality, I should say. I sometimes describe it as having a choose your own adventure book, right? And I don't know if people remember those books, but they were huge in the 90s when I was a kid, and you could literally choose your own adventure and read the book, and the story would be different. So I love it, Jeff. I love it.